All right, good morning, crypto peeps. This is Paul McNeil, the Crypto Curator, bringing you today's top 3 news articles. Let's jump over to the markets because guess what? It's Friday and the markets are looking great. How about that? We're green all the way across the board, across all spectrums, the 24-hour, the 7-day, and the 30-day. This might be the first time it's been like that. But anyway, we see Bitcoin's back over 8,000 once again. Could we be pushing toward that 8,400 mark and then blasting through that up to 10,000? We could be. There are some that think that we can possibly reach 10,000 by the end of the year. I think it's possible. Litecoin's looking great as well. It's almost back up to $100. We've got Bitcoin Cash up at 415. Ripple's even trying to make a push back to 40. And of course, Ethereum's crossing at 251. Let's jump to the first news article of the day. Part of this might be the reason why. I doubt it though. Listen, there's a little bit of trouble behind this. Facebook's shady Bitcoin killer crypto global coin, which I call Zuckbucks, is coming in 2020. Here's what you need to know about this. A lot of people probably knock Facebook, knock Zuckerberg, but the guy is no dummy. I believe that he is going to make a strong push to make this something that's widely accepted, widely used, and if so, we could see this have a lot of traction. Now, some have said on the other side that this is a good move for crypto overall because it's going to bring more attention to the space. Possibly. We just need to be careful with this because if you think that this is not going to be heavily regulated, then you don't understand what's going on. He's talking to all the big folks. They're running this through the regulators, through all the federal folks. So if this does come, it's going to be heavily regulated and, of course, centralized and controlled by not only Facebook, but probably by the U.S. government. So keep your eyes on the development of this story. If you want to read more about this, go over to ccn.com and you can. Second story is going to be living on Bitcoin. Just got even easier. AT&T accepts crypto payment with Bitpay. This is from our friends at newsbtc.com. Here's the thing you need to know about this article. Listen, I have said this a long time ago. One day we're going to wake up and everybody's going to accept Bitcoin. That's just the way that it is. Now, it's not a pure play accept Bitcoin because what they're really doing is they're using Bitpay, which is probably growing by leaps and bounds. They've got to be. They've signed everybody up, it seems. So if everybody's running payments through Bitpay, Bitpay is actually taking that digital asset and giving them fiat. So when you go to pay with your Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum, it's running through Bitpay and then out fiat the other side. So it sounds better than it is. It just means that the company signed up with Bitpay. Okay, the last article of the day is from Cointelegraph. This is another great one. Grayscale gets a regulatory nod from FINRA for Ethereum Trust to trade on OTC markets. This is great for the little folks. Just like they have GBTC, we now have one that's for Ethereum. And let me see if I see the name. I guess it's ETHE is what it would be called instead of GBTC. Point is that yes, now you can put Ethereum into your retirement account via your via the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. Now, if you watched our show last night on YouTube called Support and Resistance, we had iTrust Capital on. Guess what? You can also put money into a 401k or an IRA via iTrust Capital, and you actually hold the digital asset. Here, Grayscale is holding it, and they're just giving you a paper certificate saying you own certain shares of the trust. Not true with iTrust Capital. These guys are doing it at very low fees, probably the lowest fees on the market. You need to check them out. iTrustCapital.com, go check them out. Okay, here's something I want you listening to today. It's not Get the Smart Take. It's going to be the Unconfirmed podcast with Shin. She's talking to the moon and back with Polychain's Olaf Carlson-Wee. Olaf Carlson-Wee, if you know him, he was I think he was the first employee at Coinbase, accepted his salary only in Bitcoin, later went on to start Polychain Capital, which is a hedge fund, and now that hedge fund is a $1 billion hedge fund. Very successful guy. He's done well, and you want to check out what he's got to say. Last but not least, you've got to see this. Not this commercial. I will play this and see if I can get beyond this commercial.
Trick that'll pay your home office.
There we go. Okay, so this is from Altcoin Daily. Proof they are lying to you about Bitcoin. Peter Schiff might own Bitcoin, Wall Street buying. Listen to this YouTube show because this is really important. I don't think a lot of people are understanding. The folks that are knocking and bashing crypto very well might be buying it. So they're trying to keep the price low so they can accumulate all they want, and then they're going to come out with the news that, oh yeah, I've been owning Bitcoin since 2015. It's like, really? You've been bashing it this whole time and you've been steady buying. That's part of the game. I'm going to jump back on. Hey, listen, folks, as it says here, short the banks, right? That's what we're trying to do, short the banks. We're not trying to play this game. And if you really want to short the banks, then use things like Celsius Network, because they're going to allow you to give them your digital assets. They pay you interest on it. And if you want to borrow, you can borrow it knowing that the money that you pay in interest is coming back to the community. That's the way you short the banks. Celsius. All right, guys, it's Friday. Have a happy weekend, and we'll be back next week. All right, bye-bye.